get the OBS streaming software to work with my browser, so here goes. Alright, so let's start from the very beginning, shall we? New graphics option and higher quality. Good stuff. You'll find the majority of the options are now, instead of being in the pre-launcher, where it's like, play AWESOMENAUTS, high, medium, low, multi-threading, and all that other stuff. You'll actually find them in the options in-game, which is really nice. The only things that you should be able to change at the beginning now are OpenGL, DirectX, and whether it's high or low graphics. A lot of stuff like multi-threading and like the two different versions of it, better explained, are now inside the actual game. I'll show those off in just in a bit once we actually get to the game itself. But it's pretty good stuff. So there's a sharpening option, there's a super sampling option, which is a powerful type of anti-aliasing, split graphics quality. There's now a background quality as well, which is pretty sweet. There's now an added option to decrease input lag, which is great. I'm probably going to try it out today, and remove the old multi-threading option and replace it with a much more powerful, less input lag option. Sweet. The garlic sword. Are we talking about patch notes? Hell yes, we are! Alright, general. Added 2 more custom game options, a multiplier for passive health regen, which can also be negative, and shop healing, so that's interesting. Effectively, you can add a timer to the game, so it's like, okay, you've got like this amount of time to kill each other. If not, it's going to end in a tie. It could be interesting. Change the visual appearance of the blind status effect. We'll hopefully figure out what that's like. Leaving the shop with the B button of an Xbox controller no longer activates the B skill when leaving the shop. Was bound to another button. Good stuff. It's always useful. The indicators for the amplify damage, stun, speed up, snare, slow, silence, invulnerability, weakness, and power, and blind status effects have been overhauled so these indicators no longer overlap and make them easier to check during gameplay. Yes! The Russian fonts for chat have been updated. Okay. Sweet. Good for all the Russians out there. Increase the size of Randomnauts item pop-up. It should fit all of the item descriptions now. Beautiful. Solar Crab Burgers heal per coin reduced from 70 to 65. Needed. Solar Crab Burgers was really, really, really strong. I still think it's going to be quite strong on the characters that still have it, but we'll get to that in a minute. Droids give it 4% more XP per level, making it easier for the team that's behind to catch up. Thank fuck. Droids not giving a ton of XP, and it was like mostly kills that gave the XP, made like pushing characters or characters that really, really relied on their ability to clear waves a bit of a pain. The issue now is that you have characters like Ted that are going to be incredibly easy to level up and have like no problems whatsoever dealing with crap. Blind effect is literally James Bond intro. Holy shit. I can't wait to see this. Starstorm is now in the 2nd place in the map selection list. Sweet. Fixed that in OpenGL, the end of the loading screen would ignore VSync settings. This happened in Windows, Mac, Linux, but not in DirectX. Okay, fixed an issue on Mac where an item in the carousel at the end of the web link would not appear correctly in the browser. Okay, fixed issue between enemy and allied droids. Previously, when opposed droids were move up or down a ledge at the same time, they would jump over each other and idle until one of the droids is destroyed. Now droids that jump over each other will turn back and fight each other instead of idling. Great. Starstorm map. Widen the middle to make the playing there more comfortable. Thin the walls by the portals. Move the turrets back a little. Changes done to make pushing the 2nd turret in the bottom lane less safe. That'll be interesting to see. Push turrets back a bit into the alcove. Okay. Again, we'll have to see what that means. Maybe that means like the back, like 2nd row of turrets has a little bit more roof on top of it, so that way people can't just like jump away. They're like actually trapped if they decide to push in there, so that's good. But we'll see. We'll test it out. Extended the wall a bit underneath the portal, making the portal slightly harder to access. Reduced camping at the exit portal. Thank bananas. How would be a good question. Remove the platform under the exit portal. Glass platforms near the exit portal moved inwards a little. Move the health creeps to the bottom area. Good move. Ceiling lowered to balance flyers on the map. Moved health packs to spread the healing better. Health packs removed from the bottom of the map. Health packs placed behind the top turrets. I like this. Except for there's one issue. Now, if you're a Leon, you can actually sneak in and take take the opposing team's health packs, which is a frightening concept. Alright, Ayla, fixed that she goes into stealth while using rage. Picking up stealth orbs still stops rage. Some slight nerfs and diversity tweaks ended up happening to her. So, Biter Mask. Slowing power reduced from plus 13% to plus 11% per stage. That slow reduction is going to still be a really good upgrade, but it's nice that it's nerfed. Prison guard keys, extra health reduced from 105 to 90 per stage. That's actually pretty impressive. It's a 30 HP, that's 30 HP. That's pretty good. It's not bad. I mean, considering that it scales, that's a pretty impressive nerf. like, you know, 10% nerf. That's scary, actually. Ion Blowtorch. Health requirement improved from from 40 to 45%. Price reduced from 175 to 160 per stage. I mean, we'll see what happens with that. It's a neat little buff to an underused thing. After the stun was nerfed, one-armed chameleon became way less effective, so it's changed to be damage focus instead. Fuck. One-armed chameleon, stun removed. Range increased by 50%. Damage increased from 70 to 80 per shot. So it's a slightly more than... It's a bit more than a 10% increase in damage, and you have an incredible amount of range all of a sudden for the pew pew that you've got coming out of one-armed chameleon. But the removal of the stun, ugh. Fuck. Give every not access to Baby Curry Mammoth in order to better balance CC. Solar Crab Burgers replaced for Baby Curry Mammoth, so he no longer has his main way to kind of go in and out of fights. You know what? That's probably the only nerf that Chucho will need now for like the following like 6 months. He's going to feel like trash to play for a while, I get the feeling, and at the very least Medican now is viable on the man. So, okay, those are things. Coco, move some of her late game damage to early game. Fuck. Shock, base damage increased from 27 to 30. Okay. It's not an insignificant increase in damage by any stretch of the imagination. Static gloves. Base damage increased per stage from +3 to +4. Reduced from +4 to +3. Okay. Flexible heat sinks. Attack speed per stage reduced from 12 to 10%. Okay. Heavenly Fire. Blaze generated by Heavenly Fire deals 50% of the damage with regular effect. That's actually really strong as far as the nerf goes. That's actually a pretty potent nerf, considering that means that going to Heavenly Fire is far less efficient. I'm surprised that they didn't reduce the cost as a result. 205 solar for that kind of upgrade is it's pretty expensive now. Holy shit. Hey Shizme, how's it going? Glad the Starstorm map got changes. I agree. It seems like it's going to be a good time. Solar Crab Burgers is so good on Chucho. Yeah, I hear you on that front. But an upgrade like Baby Curry Mammoth does need universal access in order to be good. It's just a shame now that the other knots, like from the base game, don't have like their own kind of thing, if that makes any sense. Jimmy now has the same damage, like CC reduction, everything that Clunk has, and we'll get to that in all in a minute. So let's see. Shock, remove movement penalty. What? Oh! Wait. Okay, yeah, no, I got it. So shock is the hands. Yeah, shock is the hands. So now while she's moving, she doesn't slow down while... Okay, that's in line with like the Jimmy buff that we got previously, so that's fine. Shooting Ball Lightning now interrupts auto attack. Thank you so much. That's actually just kind of useful. Froggy G, improved invincibility over network. This should fix the issue where Froggy G would receive damage and dash into Yuri mines. Okay, so like a quality of life change, but you'll notice when playing against him that he'll not take as much damage from certain things if he's laggy, especially. So be prepared. There are going to be some people that are going to rage against this man some more than they already do. Genji, some nerfs intended to affect his godlike team play while at the same time get all this Lone Star theme is so fucking good. Some nerfs intended to affect his godlike team play while at the same time giving him a slight buff for solo queue. Moon Nectar, base heal per nectar reduced from 52 to 47. That's a 5 HP nerf. It's a little under 10% nerf. That's when you put it that way, it sounds pretty significant. But like, we'll see what happens. It'll be the scaling really that gets affected the most. Like slightly less than 10% nerf in terms of scaling is huge. So late game, we'll see if this ends up being still a viable thing. It probably should be. I don't think that this will affect his builds that much, but that will make him a little bit less potent. Unkillable is what I meant to say. Monarch Blessing, base shielding reduced from 25 to 20%. Ouch. Full 20% reduction there is a little bit frightening, but hey, you know what? He was really strong, so let's keep going. Hidden Leaves, shielding increased from 7.5 to 10% per stage. Hidden Leaves is that the shield increase? No, it's not. Is it? I don't remember. Why are we back at the top? There we go. So let's see. Caterpillar price stage increased. Increased? From 185 to 215. Holy shit. His necessary, like, it is so necessary for Genji to go for left click early, and now it's just like fucking guaranteed. If you don't go for Stormcloud or some form of left click damage early, you're gonna have a very bad time. Prefab Cocoons price per stage reduced from 190 to 180. Okay. Prefab Cocoons now explode instantly. I actually think that's gonna be really strong. Even with this damage reduction, damage reduced from 185 to 160 per stage, That's pretty strong. That is a damaging right click. I would love to see how this turns out, actually. Fixed the droid generated by Pyro Transforming gave XP to the enemy team. Boo! I hate that fucking upgrade. Nah. I like the visual of now. Spit bullet with the collision was off by a fraction of an inch or something like that. It's a nice quality of life change. Okay, some buffs to help with late game scaling. Rotten Teeth. That's is that the dental braces? No, dental braces, the effect was replaced. Okay, so Rotten Teeth, which is the damage over time, instead of increasing the damage over time, it now reduces the time that it takes to do that damage. So it's DPS increase without actually increasing the damage. I'm surprised they didn't reduce the price, to be honest with you, but we'll see how that feels like later on in the game. Dental braces effect replaced. Landing bite weakens enemy damage versus astronauts by 15% for 1 sec. Ooh. So long as you keep biting them, that means that they effectively have a 15% damage reduction against you at all times. This is going to make a pretty reasonable brawler, all things considered, especially if you go for Diamond Teeth and Chattering Teeth, which are now both reduced in price. Holy crap. Necessary, to be honest, because those are hugely high-priced upgrades considering what they did. Foul Teeth, effect now also works on Dot. Effect reduced from 30% to 25%. I suppose that's the, is that the move speed? I don't remember. Someone help me out here. See, Heavenly Fire for damage is always about slowing the opponent. I would agree, Rancid Rodent, but the damage was certainly nice and definitely helped to affect the damage. Let's see. Ooh, patch notes. Yeah, glad they fixed the XP change. Made me never pick it up. Okay. That's a good point. I ended up hating it because it would just wipe out a creep wave and it would push, and with the team backing it up, it was annoying. But yeah, that XP to the other team definitely made it not as helpful an upgrade. So Null looks like he's definitely able to brawl. I would imagine that the only thing that really gets affected by this the most is his left click. And specifically his left click is going to benefit from having the direct damage from Diamond Teeth, attack speed, and... No, not even the attack speed. Like Diamond Teeth, Lifesteal, and then Dental Braces. That way their damage against you is reduced by 15%. That is a huge amount of extra damage that you're not taking. That is going to be really cool. Alright, so Jimmy the Lux 5000. Jimmy is currently in a decent position. I would agree. Therefore, little changes were made at this time. Fair enough. Improving his charge consistency and some other upgrade changes are being discussed for the future. Alright. So Dirty Diapers, that's the cooldown reduction for his right click. Cooldown reduction increased from 0.2 to 2 seconds. Price increased from 135 to 180 solar, and now it's just one stage. Oh, really? Holy crap! That is really strong. In case if you were annoyed with Jimmy zipping around the map all over the place already, it's gonna happen more often now. If people go for Dirty Diapers builds, like cooldown reduction builds, you are never gonna catch this asshole. Danger Pins, damage reduced from 250 to 210. Wasn't it already at 210? I don't understand. So, again, they're trying to give Baby Curry Mammoth to every knot in order to better balance DC, so Barrier Magazine was replaced by Baby Curry Mammoth. Oh, the pain! Barrier Magazine was so important on this character because of the lifesteal and everything else. Oh, no. This changes things quite a bit. I would imagine now that Steel Boxing Gloves is a necessary upgrade if you want to play Jimmy, because otherwise you're not getting a shield, which means that your lifesteal is not going to keep you nearly alive long enough as you need it to. Cooldown reduction builds are actually going to be pretty hot and in season if you're going to decide to go for that kind of build, or you could just beat the shit out of people without the armor. But I really liked having Barrier Mag. Oh. Crap. Alright, moving forward. Alright, and fix that as possible. The trigger shield activating skill. Whatever. Tenya is regarded as too strong at the highest levels. Fair enough. Some adjustments to tone her down. Okay. Scissor throw, cooldown between scissors increases from 0.25 to 0.33 seconds. This effectively, it's not a huge thing, but instead of going, it'd be more like, it's slightly slower. Feels more like Voltar drones than, you know, left-clicking somebody with Ted's machine gun, I guess. Remembrance Machine. Slow per stage reduced from 15 to 10%. Which one is that one? Is that the knife slow? In which case, thank you. I appreciate that. Acrobatic double jump. Maximum jump height decreased from 5.6 to 5.2. I have no idea what that looks like. I'll be honest. 5.6 and 5.2 without a thing of context effectively says, hi, orange trees. Bonsai Wagakura Toreki no Kurao. Sweet. Awesome. Vanish. Cooldown increase from 11 to 12 seconds. Slight nerf. It's not a big one. But it'll mean that the, oh, Occam's slow. Wait, she had 2 slows? The fuck is this bullshit? Okay. Well, nerfs to her slow. Sweet. That's fine, I guess. Deja vu. Okay, right. Vanish. The cooldown increased. So I have a feeling that as a result of that, going for the cooldown reduction upgrades are actually going to be really nice to have every once in a while, unless if you're the kind of player that just does 1 bit of burst and then is totally fine left-clicking people and being visible. You do you. Deja vu blocker. Silence reduced from 0.6 to 0.5 seconds per stage. That's totally okay by me. General fix. Fix the Ksenia would no longer go out of stealth based on the vanish timer after picking up the stealth orb and AWESOMENAUTS stealth. Would in that case last the 20 seconds given by the orb. Okay, fair enough. I love this, by the way. This. Can we all give a round of applause? Leon's getting a nerf, and in all the right places. Changes to make Leon more of an assassin, less of a pusher, army manager, king of the back door. Leon can only have 1 clone at a time. Buff base damage from 90 to 95. Fine, whatever. Stealth, duration now limited to 8 seconds. This is something that people have been asking for forever, so you now have it. It's an 8-second maximum duration on this stealth. He's catchable now. Steel False Teeth merged into 1 stage. Heal value increased from 68 to 85. Price increased to 190. So that's his lifesteal on his tongue. I still don't expect it to be picked up, unless if something else changes. Spectacles Magnet Piercing added 2nd stage. Maximum blind duration to 3 freaking seconds. Yeah, increase it all you want. Unless it gets to like an obscene like 10 to 15 seconds. That upgrade ain't getting picked often, Dodd. It's just not happening. Pinot Noir base regen increased from 25 HP per second to 40 HP per second. Price reduced from 155 to 115. I'm fine with this. I think the Pinot Noir was a kind of weak upgrade, despite the fact that it could have, like, it had the potential to be really good, as long as it had this nerf. Now that it has this nerf, I expect to see Assassin Leons, like Bloodseeker Leons, just zipping around the map, finding their opponents, doing their best to damage them, back on off with their thing, and then get some HP back. Now, considering that he's not invisible the entire time, this now seems fair. He's only invisible for 8 seconds, which means he only gets 8 seconds of 40 HP per second. He only gets 8 seconds of that move speed increase. So 40 HP per second for 8 seconds is 8 times 4, 32, 320 HP. It's not that much. It's like a creep and then some. But it's still nice to have, so I expect it to be a little bit helpful. Yeah, you know, personally, you might have a point. Now that I think about the math, maybe it's not worth it anymore. But you know, it's still a creep within 8 seconds. It's not the worst. If you're about to die to like damage over time, that could be helpful. Lone Star general buffs to improve Lone Star's standing. Okay. Shit. Bolt Charger damage increased from 180 to 210. Ha! Whoo! Whoo! I mean, that's okay. That's the cooldown reduction. I can understand why they would nerf that by increasing the price, but ooh, a 30 solar increase is pretty grandstanding. That's like 6 droids. That's 3 waves of creeps. Holy shit! Techno Viking helmet damage increased from 25 to 29. It's a slight increase, but it scales, and it's a slight increase that's effectively like like a 6th. What's a 6th? Like 15 point some other stupid decimal number percent increase. That's all right. Incendiary bomb damage over time increased. Considering incendiary bomb literally tickled before, I'm okay with this. Eagle bullets price reduced from 180 to 170. This is fine. Cheetah bullets price reduced from 180 to 150. Why? I mean, I guess because he's slowed down, it can be a little bit less than Eagle bullets, but whoa, it's like a 15 solar difference for what is amounts to if like the same DPS increase. That's a little strange. Red and blue missiles damage increased by 10. I still don't expect them to be like super useful ever. Alright, Nibs, fix the autograph picture of Orion claims increased damage 18. In reality it's 9. I've been lied to. I thought that increased my damage by 36%. Ronimo. I thought that it did the thing! Okay, now the cool thing here is that Nibs does now have access to Baby Curd Mammoth by replacing what is effectively a shitty useless upgrade. So goodbye Wraithstone. At least on Nibs. I mean, it's not shitty useless, but it's so situationally helpful, and on a character that just can't make the best use of it, that I'm fine with that. Now That's okay. That's a good buff to Nibs as far as I'm concerned. Penny. Some slight nerfs and diversity improvements. I'm okay with slight nerfs. Let's see what they mean by slight. Pounce base damage reduced from 92 to 87. It's 5 damage with the scaling. This could be impressive. Damage per stage from 51 to 40. Oh! 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 Oh, because of the combo points, right? I was like, damage per stage. Wait, does that mean that they didn't change the scaling for all the rest of it? Then I was like, wait a minute, scaling's percentage based off of level, you moron. So, right, okay, that's actually a pretty significant damage nerf, especially late game, considering the scaling. Like, you're missing out on like a decent amount of damage now all of a sudden. So, Pounce got nerfed. Okay, electric bike lock damage increased from 10 to 11%. Price increased to compensate by 25. Solar, a stage. Woof. Oh, woof. Okay. Well, that'll compensate for the damage nerf on base Pounce, so electric bike lock is now even more mandatory. Cookie Monster Badge. Damage per charge increased from plus 6, 7%, to plus 7, 8%, for 230 solar. Okay. Pulse. Base damage charge reduced from 95 to 90. Again, it's a pretty decent damage nerf. It's not going to stop her from killing people, but it's reasonable. Spider-Bird Collector Badge added a very small AoE on hit. That's the left click. That where it goes pew pew pew. That actually makes pew 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 builds, you know, useful. Because you can push now. Huh. Oh. Maybe I can actually play the Penny that I used to be able to play back when she first came out. This could be helpful. This might be worth trying, just to be a dick and like fly around and be like, wee pew pew pew. I'll have fun anyway. Living Treasure Map Badge. Attack speed increased from 10% to 12%. Price reduced from 185 to 160 solar. Okay, so that's just legitimately a buff to her attack speed. Sweet. Carrying Snack Badge. Heal per charge reduced from 35 to 30. Price increased. Oh, another nerf. That upgrade is getting less and less and less useful. I mean, it's still going to be helpful because it's a heal. For burst builds, you're going to definitely want it now. But if you decide to go for the Spider-Bird Collector Badge, like, you're not going to go fucking touch that with a 50-foot pole. Grey Man Group Badge, price reduced from 200 to 175. Considering that's a more or less useless upgrade, I mean, it's not useless, but it's not all that helpful all the time. And then they replaced Raystone with Baby Curry Man. Good stuff. Penny, again, no. I mean, now with the nerf to Herring Snack Badge, you could have maybe made a slightly better case for Raystone, but that slightly better case still would have sounded like farts in the wind. So, yeah, more or less useless upgrade on her, too. Okay, so reduced rail installing potential. This I'm okay with. Time rift damage against droids is reduced to 75% of what it was. That's fine. Snipe damage against droids reduced to 75% of what it was. Okay, so light buffs to compensate improved build variety. That would be necessary, considering that our pushing power got effectively nerfed by 25 freaking %. That hurts a lot. Like a quarter of your damage against droids just going. Yeah, that's painful. HC bomb damage increased from 150 to 200%. Oh. So drop a thing. Bing. I can see that being helpful with Alien Hand and upgrading your left click damage to compensate for the push or the lack of push and clear. So that could be helpful. I mean, it was helpful before, but with a 200% damage increase instead of just 150, I mean, it's like a 50... That 50% is a pretty big deal. It's a lot of damage, especially if you have the other damage. So, you know, I can see that being a thing. Iron Rifle, shield absorb damage value increased from 165 to 225. This is useful because characters like Leon can just instantly kill the shield with tongue and pull her anyway, making the shield effectively useless. Fix the bug where simultaneously using a jump pad and charging a snipe shot, you couldn't jump immediately after firing the shot. Good quality of life change. I mean, it just kind of puts it in line with all the rest of the abilities and how they work after kind of taking a bounce pad or falling off of the thing for most characters that are able to jump in midair. So sweet. Awesome. Added a visual hit indicator when dealing damage with Frozen Hammer. I'm okay with this, especially considering that if you get a long-range hammer, it'd be nice to know if you hit with it. Thanks. Scoop didn't need any other changes, apparently. I don't think so either. Compensate for the movement speed buffs. Most knots received in 2.13.5, and Baby Curry Man with affecting Black Hole Sun. Okay, so the gravity's been increased by 10% again. Frightening. Light detector gravitational pull increased by from 25 to 20. Oh, increased reduced by 5%. Okay, so it's not as necessary, but it's going to be still really good to have, especially considering that Black Hole Sun's base gravity is now, it's like okay, but you're still going to want to get the gravitational pull increase, and now it's not like overpowered level of increased, but it's nice to have. Glass Case of Emotion, price reduced from 205 to 115 solar. Isn't that the one with the damage on the teleport? Can someone tell me about that one? Nice scoop buffs, yeah. Need to buff weak nuts instead of nerfing the so-called strong nuts. Maybe, Prisoner, maybe. Ringtones for the Death, silence duration reduced from 2.5 to 2 seconds. Thank hell. I hate silence. It's such a... Like, silence hasn't changed since they changed it way back in the day. And I remember way back in the day, they made a video with Clever Girl about how silence is suddenly going to be useless because now people can attack while they're in it. Oh, gods! It's been the most annoying fucking thing since, because it lasts now twice as long as it used to back then. And, I still hate it. So, 2.5 seconds, that's... at 2 seconds, it's manageable. It's annoying, but it's manageable, and Baby Curry Mammoth will knock that down to a far more manageable 1.5 seconds instead. So that's okay. It's still pain, but it's okay. No, the kit price has made her damage useless. Alright, and then gave every person access to Baby Curry Mammoth, and they got rid of Barrier Magazine. Sentry, your tank ability just kind of fell through the roof. Just kind of went, whoop, and then back into the shitter. Barrier Magazine being taken off of tanks like this is painful, man. Like, that's 2 for 2 now. Jimmy and Sentry. Scoldier, his axe throwing trophy was still considered strong, so they reduced the effectiveness of the added stun by 33%. In short, pretty big nerf, especially if you combine Baby Curry Mammoth on top of that. Now that 0.2 second thing now becomes a 0.15 second stun. Is that how that works? No, it's not even close. It's a 0.175. How do decimals work? Anyway. You guys figure it out. Nope, and chat's lost me. Chat's lost me. I mean, it's still going to be totally fine with the Axe Throwing Trophy. I still think it's going to be an incredible upgrade. That 33% reduction is not going to feel as big as it sounds, I don't think. But we'll see. The minimap icon for the Tournament Power no longer appears as a solid purple block of replays. Bug fixes! Changes to make Solid Blade more of an active skill. Yes! Solid Blade cooldown starts upon the return of the blade. Yes! Solid Blade cooldown reduced to 8... That's still fine, because as soon as they pull it back, that means that there's an 8-second window where you can actually attack the motherfucker. Yes! Reduce Solid Blade stalling potential by reducing the damage it deals to droids by 25%. Now it only does 75% damage against them. And Weasel's gonna be super sad about this part in particular. Got rid of Barrier Magazine, replaced it with Baby Curry Mammoth. Ooh, that's gonna hurt. I mean, again, you want Baby Curry Mammoth more than Barrier Magazine in most situations. But Barrier Magazine made for a really strange and incredible build on this guy, where you could just do lifesteal stuff, and because of the lifesteal giving you back a 10% more than it normally would, effectively, thanks to Barrier Magazine, it was a good time. But I think that Weasel's main guy is gonna take a bit of a hit as a result of that. Swiggins improved the build variety and buffed him. Oh shit! Not him again. I don't want to see this squid. Flying Fish Compass effect emerged into one stage priced at 190 solar. Flying Fish Compass is the cooldown reduction, I think? Anchor Hook. Base damage increased to 280. You know what? Hold on. Just a tick. I need to actually figure out this one one step at a time. Where's Knots Builder? Knots Builder. Okay, let's go to Swiggins for just a moment here. That is, in fact, the cooldown! I'm glad I guessed it properly. I feel so smart. So, Anchor Hook base damage increased from 280 to 310. 30 damage increase on base? That's real nice. That's a pretty incredible buff, actually. Blue Heart Metal impact damage reduced to 20% to 16% per stage. Okay, to compensate for the base damage increase, I guess. I would have to do some math to figure this one out. But effectively, I think it evens out. It's a slight buff overall, but it evens out more or less for his end game damage. Treasure lottery map. Duration increased from 1 second to 2.5 seconds. Treasure lottery map now also absorbs what? What is this bullshit? Treasure lottery map. Enables debuff immunity shield when hitting enemy on. Oh! I did not know that they changed that. I have been so out of this game. I'm sorry. I'm legitimately very sorry. But that's good. That's good. It now also absorbs 200 damage on top of giving him immunity. That's an incredible fucking thing, to say the least. Holy crap. That makes him far easier to use. If you ever wondered whether or not he'd be tanky enough to go in, that's 200 extra shield, and that probably scales, and it makes him immune to stuff like snares and such. That is an incredible upgrade right now, actually. I'm excited to see what people do with that. Holy crap, that is so good. Ted McFucking pain in my ass. Grenade is still considered obnoxious. Yeah, it is. Have you guys seen the AoE on that thing? The AoE on that thing is ridiculous. It's like as big as what my mouse is currently doing right now. It's like this is like half the screen. So, replaced the stun with a knockback to allow escapes in technical plays without being overbearing. So grenade effects replaced by a knockback pulse. Well, you want to know what I got to say to that? I got my diesel fist perfume here. So how's that for a grenade per ohm? I don't even know where that joke was going. Point is, I got that for Christmas. It was an embarrassing gift for my dad, and it was like, hey, have perfume, cologne. And I'm like, I guess I'll take the big one so I don't have to buy it ever again. Anyway, so, yep, knockback pulse. It's still gonna be annoying as hell, but it's better. Base Stimpack effect is considered a little underwhelming. We made it stronger for longer cooldown. Move some effect to the base. Stimpack, base attack speed buff raised from 35% to 40%. Okay. Stimpack, base duration increased from 3 to 4 seconds. Okay. Stimpack, cooldown starts at the end of Stimpack effect. Cooldown reduced from 12 to 10 seconds. So effectively just buffs. Buffs everywhere. Buffs as far as you can see. Ammo weekly, attack speed increase reduced from 15 to 12%. That ends up being a 6% reduction there. But consider you just got a 25% increase to the duration and a 5% increase to the actual attack speed on base. Yeah, I'll take it. Armpit shaving cream, price decreased from 165 to 155 per solar stage. Which one's that one again? Armpit shaving cream. You gain a damage reducing shield. Oh! Makes him slightly tankier. That's nice. Sweet, I guess. I mean, did anyone ever even use that upgrade? I mean, we'll see if it can actually do anything now. Changed to Tetrisville as it has become a crush. This is true. Tetrisville damage reduced from 190 to 150. 40 damage reduction is massive. That is huge. That is practically a 25% nerf. Like rounding that up a little bit. A lot. That is a massive nerf to its damage, and especially if you include like late game scaling. That is, whew, painful. Range reduced by a lot. A lot. Like a lot. Holy crap. That is almost a 33, if not a 33% damage reduction. Maybe a bit more. That is incredible. Range reduction, sorry. I mean, that thing already had incredible range, so reducing that by 33% is not going to do too much, but goddamn. Tetrisville. Cooldown reduced from 3 seconds to 1.2 seconds, but only activates when not firing your machine gun. Still, that means you just go 1.2 bang, 1.2 bang, 1.2 bang, 1.2 bang. Like that's still gonna be really annoying. I was maybe counting that a bit fast, but that's gonna make it fucking a pain in the ass. I'm already gonna hate Ted again. I already did. This is gonna make it even worse. Improvements to the auto attack row diversity. Okay. Ted McPain Unicorn Dance karting reduced arming time from 1.5 to 0.8 seconds. This is fine. Means the grenades are actually gonna blow up when you want them to. Teddy's Bullseyes had a second stage of +1 ammo for 135 solar. So 6 shotgun shots? That's not bad. I mean, it's a lot of shots. I don't expect to see have it see a lot of play yet, but that's a step in an interesting direction. Reduced head stalling potential and reduced airstrike strength. Interesting. Wheelbarrow with ammo. Damage reduced from 15% to 12%. So 6% reduction if you get both stages of it. If that's what it does. That is what it does, right? It's the one I'm thinking about? Yeah, it is. So that is actually a pretty significant nerf to, like, the damage, especially late game, because the scaling will affect it a decent amount. You won't see 800 damage airstrikes anymore, more like 700 or 680 somethings. Oh yeah, I'm right. I'm an idiot. Hold on, 800%. There's 800s. 6 times 8 is what? I know this. Shut up. 5, 6, 7, 48. Yeah, never mind. You're still gonna have like a 750 damage fucking airstrike from hell. So, you know, have fun with that one. But, hey, it is a nerf. Cooldown increased from 10 to 11. The damage against droids has been reduced by 25%. Okay. Fixed issue where Ted would appear to be shooting with a shotgun and was actually shooting the machine gun. No! The fun bug! It's gone! I can't go boom, 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 boom anymore. Rats. Vinny and Spike, some slight build diversity changes and fixes. Rigged casino games. Reduced base spike dive damage by 40%. Solar price reduced from 225 to 180. Okay. Currently the damage is sitting at what? Let's find out. Where's Vinny? Rigged casino games. It was a 45% damage reduction, which effectively meant that you were doing half damage. If you land both your dashes, you're dealing 20% more damage than you should. What's the cooldown on double dash? Allows the second spike to be dived used shortly after you... Okay, it's not instant. That's the big problem. I mean, it's not a big problem. We kind of don't want it to be instant. Remember the double dash days? Those are terrifying. Let's not have those ever again. But the dash reduction here effectively means that you get to do a lot of extra damage for a reduced price, so long as you get rid of your escape mechanism, and it still takes 2 seconds for that cooldown to come off cooldown. What do you guys think? I'll be honest. I'm looking at this and going, I'm still not using it, but okay. Clown's Mask merged into one stage. Solar price increased to 190. That's the immunity to debuffs, is it? Okay, so that's actually pretty impressive. That's a really strong upgrade right now, actually. If you need to get through like Durple snares and other stuff like that, Clown's Mask is going to be fantastic for you. There will be no real need to pick up Baby Curry Mammoth because, I mean, Baby Curry Mammoth just does a passive minus 25% reduction of the thing. You can be immune to that for 3 seconds for just a flat 190 cost. That's like 80 more solar, which is not too hard to get on the guy. I mean, it's an investment, but like, it's a fine investment to make if you want to avoid having bad stuff happen to you, and all you have to do is use Cloud at the right time. It's kind of, you know, pick your poison kind of thing, but I honestly feel like that's a really good upgrade now. Professor Ulip fixed that it was possible to summon a single Robodino while shooting out Gripping Gaze. Walking Rod changed because it was hardly ever picked due to its highly situational nature. Walking Rod negates dinos at 100% speed up for 1.5 seconds after deploying or until they bite something. Interesting! Okay, so now your dinos are like hyperspeed dinos, and up until the moment they start nomming on something, and then they go super slow. You could combine that with another upgrade. Which one am I looking at? Which one am I thinking about? If you combine that with the... Oh no, that is the one I was thinking of. I'm a maroon. Okay, so yeah, Walking Rod. Instead of slowing down your dinos, they now just speed them up. That's fine. No one was using the old version of it anyway. It was a theoretical DPS increase, but it was so hard to get it to work. And Solar Crab Burgers has been replaced for Baby Curry Mammoth. I mean, it's not as big a deal on Professor Ulip as it was on Chucho, but that was like... Solar Crab Burgers was really good. It should only be on a couple of characters. It shouldn't be an overall replacement for fucking Medican, which it was. So that's okay. And I'd rather have Baby Curry Mammoth on than Solar Crab Burgers. I think this is one of the times that I'm actually okay with Solar Crab Burgers or Barrier Mag just disappearing. Yuri got nerfs. Yuri got nerfs. Yuri got nerfs. Yes. Yes. Hold on, there's got to be a song for this somewhere that I can use. Is there anything that involves victory that I've got on here? Do I have a fanfare? Hold on. Fanfare. They got one? Yeah, dude, come on. Yuri got nerfs. Reduced Yuri's stalling potential. Mine damage against droids reduced by 25%. Make Yuri less overpowered. Mine base damage reduced by 15. It's a nerf. Time warp cooldown increased to 15 seconds. Yes! 15 seconds where that asshole chimpanzee motherfucker can actually be sort of attacked. Chrono Rift changed to reduce cooldown 2 steps. My happiness is gone again. He has an upgrade that reduces the cooldown. Okay, let's just go back to my soundtrack. Okay, well, it was fun while it lasted. So which one is that one anyway? What upgrade just got replaced? Time Primer? Chrono Rift, okay. So Chrono Rift is now just a reduction thing instead of another slow thing. So he doesn't have double slow on his bubble anymore, which is a pretty significant nerf, which is nice. But it reduced the cooldown by 2 seconds. So that brings it back down to a more reasonable 13 seconds. For 190 solar per stage, it's a little pricey. I don't think that we'll see a lot of Yuris running it, which means that cooldown increase is still going to be a reasonable nerf. It was currently sitting at a 13-second cooldown before. So yeah, you can get right back down to it for the low price of 380 solar, which is real expensive for 2 seconds worth of cooldown. I mean, I don't expect to see it. What I expect to see out of Yuri's now that that's a slow, I'm expecting to see speed up, slow, and then probably space-time continuity device for heal as your main ones there. So either the immunity to debuffs, or the heal for everybody in the bubble. Like, both of those are incredible upgrades, and you're still going to be going flash forward and slow. So like, Monkey's still going to be a pain in the ass. If you like playing your Monkey, he'll still be a Monkey that's really annoying. He's just maybe a little bit more vulnerable unless you invest in it. Ted McPain. One last thing. The airstrike was never designed to reveal hide areas. This was originally a byproduct of its technical implementation. Because the airstrike was overhauled to work on the Star Storm map, it lost this area revealing bug. Previously, the hide area in which the airstrike spawned was revealed for the entire duration of the airstrike. We felt this revealed the hide area for too long, potentially limiting the enemy team's options for an ambush. At the same time, it had limited utility because the airstrike had to be placed inside the area. By making the airstrike reveal all hide areas, it hits we expect it to be more intuitive to use. At the same time, the airstrike only reveals at the moment it strikes, so it no longer just cancels the hide area for long periods of time. I actually like that change. I mean, Ted's a pain in the butt, but it's kind of nice to have it so that way it's just like flash, light, action. You can see everything in it for like a second and then it disappears. Can we nerf the damage some more though? Anyway, that's it for the patch notes. Overall, I think these are really solid patch notes. There's a lot of really good stuff here. Star Storm map and Genji changes, some not changes are very interesting here. I'm really excited to see how Sentry does in this one, how Swiggins will do now that he's got that increased shield, and how Yuri's nerfs actually end up affecting him, if at all. Like, there's a very high chance that they don't affect him in the least. So we'll see, right? But for now, let's do some AWESOMENAUTS. I'm thinking that's pretty fair. So let's go ahead and boot this baby right up.